Well, Tuco, it's great to be out here at the Triple Shot Saloon again. What do you think we should do for a video?
I think we should do a fantasy sport I've been thinking of that's called Spaghetti Western Fast Draw.
Well, now, that sounds interesting. What do you suppose that would look like? Would it look anything like Cowboy Fast Draw?
It wouldn't look like Cowboy Fast Draw or any of the fast draw sports we've had in the past. It would look just like fast draw that the gunfighters do in the Western movies.
So the spirit of the sport rather than so much a competition.
Well, it would be a competition, but ideally you'd have to structure the rules so that the best performances that score the best also are from standing up straight, starting with your hands relaxed at your sides,
Right.
like they would in the Western movies, where they're reacting to somebody shooting at them rather than positioning and bending over backwards and stuff like they do.
So a traditional movie gunfighter stance that you would see.
That's what I think we should do. That would
like
be
a
the
good
spirit of
idea.
the game anyway. I don't know how we could do that exactly, but
Do you suppose using live ammo would help?
I think live ammo would be really cool. I think it's got to have live ammo.
Okay. Well, if we're using live ammo, then we better not do any thumb cocking.
I
'Cause
agree.
kind of grown attached to my foot.
Yeah, I agree. No, for safety, no thumb cocking. So we have to fan it. So you have to get the gun out and fan it. You have to stand up straight.
Black powder is what you always see in the Western
You're right.
movies.
You're right. Black powder. That's exactly. So you have that boom, flash, smoke, just like the Western movies.
That would actually make the sport fun to watch.
I agree. You're right about that too. I'm thinking also we should start off shooting one target
Yep.
as like the first stage, and then progress and shoot 2 targets, and then maybe even 3 later.
You know, that's a good idea. In all the old Western movies, a lot of times there's more than one bad guy.
There you go. And I think we should, for at least part of the competition, we should be head-to-head competition.
That would also
Like they do in modern fast draw. They do the head-to-head, and we should do that too.
that would make it really interesting. So what would scoring look like?
I think USPSA scoring on a cardboard target with the 3 zones, which would be points divided by time, would be a good balance between speed and accuracy.
That sounds like it would be a good plan, because then it doesn't matter if you're really fast and you miss. You have to hit the target.
Right, you have to have the balance. Yeah, you can't just be fast and miss. You can't just be slow and really accurate. You got to hit that fine line.
And then with the multiple targets, that would make it extremely hard to be leaned over backwards very far while shooting live ammo.
Yeah, I would think so. And I don't know how you could make that rule work. I was thinking if you put your heels on a board, but then I was practicing and I can bend way over backwards even with my heels on a board, and even without my arm out, I can still bend way over backwards, and I'm a little bit faster.
Right.
So I don't know how we'd solve that. We're not going to try to solve that today. I think you'd have to have like a laser beam that you break, that you'd get a foul. That's the only thing I can think of. It'd be complicated.
Or you could have a rope or something behind you that you couldn't run into. I suppose that might interfere with your arm, though.
I thought of that, or like you knock a block off a post or something.
Sure.
But for today, we're just going to have to obey the spirit of the game rules. And
That sounds like a
we'd
good
work that
idea.
out later.
You know, in the Cowboy Fast Draw Association, they've banned all steel-lined holsters, which that doesn't hold true with your spaghetti western spirit, does it?
Yeah, they all had the steel line holsters, so steel line holsters would be allowed, and the Buscadero rig would be allowed, just like in the spaghetti westerns. Basically, if it's not in a spaghetti western, it wouldn't be in our sport.
Right.
And some of the things that are in the spaghetti westerns, they wouldn't be in our sport, like thumb cocking for safety.
Right.
But it would try to follow that kind of a look and performance.
I think that could end up being a really interesting looking sport.
It could be. Could be fun to watch.
I think it would be. Let's see what happens.
Okay. Okay, so now to review our spaghetti western fast draw fantasy sport. Will feature live ammo, fanning only, black powder, multiple targets in at least some stages, USPSA power factor scoring, head-to-head competition in at least some stages. The spirit of the game is stand up straight with your hands relaxed at sides. So let's give it a go.
Let's do it.
You got to hit each target one time. The A zone is the most points, would be 5. The C zone's 3, and the D zone's 1, like USPSA minor. That's good. We both got it hit. I hope we got it.
.72.
Okay, so now we're gonna move to the stage that's 2 targets. You got to hit each target one time. Hit one bullet on each target, but you can send follow-up shots. So if you miss, you can follow up. If you get a D, you want to follow up, you can. So you can fire as many times as you want, but you're required to hit both at least once to not have a miss. So I'm gonna try the first round. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm ready.
Stand by.
Maybe should have followed up on that one. What was the time on that?
1.42. Split of 4.3.
Okay, so 1.42 total time. Don't turn it off yet. And I got 5 points here and 1 point there. Okay, Alan's up to shoot the 1 bullet on each target with follow-up shots permitted. Go ahead and hit your beeper when you're ready. All right, that was good shooting, man.
135.
All right, well, okay. So, and you got the C, which is 3 points. So 3 and 3 is 6, and 1.35. Okay, so round 3, you got to shoot each target one time. You can send follow-up shots if you want. Okay, I'm ready.
Stand by.
I got all 3.
2.13.
2.13. 2.13 on 3 targets. I didn't go very fast, but I got 5. 3 is 8, and a 3 is 11. Time to beat is about 2 seconds and hitting each target somewhere. Whenever you're ready. That was fast. Did you hook up on it?
1.69.
Hit the wood on that one.
2.08.
Did you get all 3?
Got 2 again.
Give me a do-over. I know you can't do it in competition, and I'll leave it in the video, but just give me a do-over. Okay.
Stand by.
It was fast.
137.
It was fast. I got 1 out of 3, but it was fast. Okay, 2 misses. That's a no score. Tape it up. It's kind of fun though. All you gotta do is hit 2 of them.
Well, I can do that.
I couldn't. Got all 3, didn't you? Yeah, you got all 3.
Where's that hole in the third one?
On the head.
Oh, I nicked him.
Yeah, if you hit the perf, it counts. So that is a 3. 3 points plus 3 points is 6, plus 1 is 7, and what's the time?
212.
212. Cool. You won that round for sure. All right, let's kill our cameras and regroup. Okay, final round. In this round, we each have to hit 2 targets 2 times each. 4 hits required total. Alan's going for the 2 targets on the right. I'm going for the 2 on the left. We each got to hit both of our targets 2 times each, and we have 1 extra bullet because we're going with 5. So. I got nothing but dead. That's weird. I thought I lost my firing pin. Just a minute. Let's shut down. Okay, so what happened on that run is we had just stopped. We had just stopped for a cleaning, and I got my cylinder pin in a little bit too far. I missed the notch, and it was holding the hammer off. So that's what happened. So Alan won that round. We're gonna do it again.
Stand by.
I got 3 out of 4. What'd you get?
1.
1 out of 4. Okay, let's tape up.
Slowed way down too. Still missed.
Yeah, sometimes you will. Sometimes you will slow. You slow down. There's this, you slow. The proper way to do it is you don't slow down. You pay more attention. You might end up going slower, but you don't consciously slow down. You just pay more attention to what you're doing.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. That's hard to. It's hard to do. That's a pretty good run, though. I mean, I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Did you fire 5 times?
I fired 4 times.
Okay. You know what I did the Clint Eastwood gunfight challenge thing?
Yep.
First time I did that. And the second time. I went in there at first and I did, pretty good. I was like, the first few ones I was like, okay, I'm hitting them, And then but I wouldn't hit them all. I got to have 1 miss in there.
Sure.
So then I started being more and more careful, slowing down on purpose and all this stuff. And I got to where I was going slow and I was missing everything. I got frustrated and I started going for it and I started hitting better, But it was because I stopped thinking about time and I started paying more attention. Right. And I ended up going quite a bit faster. All right, let's go again. Well, the cameras are still rolling. Let me index real quick and I'll be ready. Okay, I'm ready when you are.
Stand by.
We were really synced. I got both.
I got 1 again.
You got 1 altogether. What was the total time on? I'm curious.
1.75 seconds.
Wow. We both shot 4 times 1.75. That's not too bad, considering we were sweeping 2 targets. So I got, just for the record, I got 8 and 8. I got 16 points. Thanks for joining us on our Spaghetti Western Fast Draw Competition Fantasy video. It will probably never become a real competition, but it was fun exploring the idea. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.